What's up everyone, welcome to a new What If Mini. This one's a remake of an older one, where future Zamasu took over Vegeta's body instead of becoming immortal. Pretty straightforward concept, so instead of explaining, I'll let the story explain. Let's begin What If VEGITO Black. Goku Black wants a strong ally, and he meets up with the other Zamasu from Trunks' timeline. Of course, Zamasu suggests immortality, but Goku Black has another idea. Sure, immortality would be great, but why not become strong like him? What, by taking Goku's body? No, he actually had a better idea. From what he knows about these two Saiyans, apparently they used Potara fusion at one point and it was pretty powerful. Goku Black doubts they'll ever need the Potara fusion, but it could be a good trump card, which is why he thinks Zamasu should take someone else's body. Not to mention, he thinks Zamasu should take someone's body from the timeline he got his body from. Like, he could also steal Goku's body, but if he does that here, it's probably not going to be worth much. And Goku's body from Goku Black's timeline, that's already taken by him. So the next best option is another Saiyan that he was watching. Someone just as bad as Goku in his eyes. They summon Super Shenron, and future Zamasu makes a pretty simple wish. Swap his body with Vegeta's from Goku Black's timeline. He may be dead and from a different timeline, but Super Shenron says he can grant this wish. And now there are two fakes, Goku Black and Vegeta Black. Both Zamasu, but in different bodies, with great potential. No one will be able to stop the Zero Mortals plan when they have this much power. Another reason they did this is because Goku Black was a little concerned. He couldn't instantly access all of Goku's power, and the same is true for Vegeta Black. But that doesn't really matter. They can grow together. By having two strong fighters instead of just one, they'll face virtually no threats. Now they enact their plan and clean up the rest of this timeline, eventually leading them to Trunks like normal. And they take turns attacking. First, Trunks is attacked by what looks to be Goku, but then another day, it seems to be Vegeta that shows up. He has no clue of what's happening, and it's especially weird because it's Vegeta he's seeing. None of that makes sense because first of all, both of them are dead in this timeline, and second of all, why would they do this? They're playing mind games with Trunks, an unintended side effect of having these two bodies. Trunks is both being attacked by Goku and his father, but they take their time and Trunks plays it carefully, eventually being able to escape to the past timeline pretty much like normal. As for future Bulma, she doesn't think it could possibly be them. They have to be some kind of imposters, but she has no clue of who it could be. The worst part is Trunks watches as she dies, at the hands of Vegeta Black this time too. His reaction to this is even more intense, and he almost attacks instinctively. He can't control his anger, but he keeps somewhat of a level head and ends up escaping. When arriving in the past and meeting with Goku and Vegeta again, of course he tries to attack them right away, but then he realizes he's safe here. Vegeta's pretty furious to hear that there's an imposter. They have no explanation either, and here in this timeline things have been going okay. But he assures Trunks they'll help handle it. If these two are really doppelgangers of them, what better opponents than them? A portal opens above them, and two people come through, Goku Black and Vegeta Black. Vegeta wastes no time, instantly attacking his doppelganger, which of course leaves Goku fighting Goku Black. Beerus and Whis are also there and they pay attention, noticing the time rings and the Potara earrings. These two are related to Kai's somehow. Of course they don't know exactly what's going on, but still. This at least gives them some info. Goku and Vegeta Black end up escaping. Vegeta almost finishes off his fight, but they're pulled back into the other timeline before Goku and Vegeta could do anything else. Those two are pretty strong in base, but the good news is, this isn't Goku and Vegeta's full power either. The next time they encounter those two, it should be a lot easier. They now have a gauge of Goku Black and Vegeta Black's power, and they know to pretty much end it right away. Unfortunately, the time machine got destroyed in the process, so they're going to need to fix that. Beerus and Whis also end up investigating Zamasu like normal, so a lot of the stuff so far is pretty similar. The only difference is Vegeta Black's there, but things are going to start changing once they go back to the future. Of course, they still don't know the connection with Zamasu, and it's kind of just a hunch right now. It's only a suspicion, and because they don't actually see Zamasu here, they can't confirm if he's truly involved or not. But now round 2 of the fight begins, and Goku fights Goku Black again, with Vegeta fighting Vegeta Black again. But this time there's a change. Both of them have the Super Saiyan Rose, which makes the fight way tougher, especially because there's two of them. The fake Goku and Vegeta overpower the real ones. They grew pretty quickly too. They were able to recover for this fight. There is an issue though. So originally with future Zamasu, he had the ability to heal someone. We never actually saw Goku Black with this ability, which makes sense, he didn't have anyone to heal. But this means both of their statuses as a Supreme Kai attendant are in question. With the Potara, they're at least able to use the time rings. But would both of them end up losing their Kai abilities? For this What If Mini, I'm going to say yes. We never really got confirmation what happened to Goku Black's Kai powers, but he never ended up using them. And I think he might not have those abilities, especially because he never used the arguably superior Kai, he always used instant transmission, which isn't really proof of that. Point being, for this scenario, we'll assume neither of them have access to healing like that. And this brief tangent will be important after because it doesn't just have to deal with healing, although that is kind of a big point here. Goku and Vegeta still get no confirmation that these two are Kais, especially because they're not using those Kai abilities. But still, how did they get the Potara and the time ring? But thankfully Vegeta Black ends up telling them what happened. They question why they're evil in this timeline and how they're even back. But Vegeta says they're not back. Actually, these bodies aren't even from this timeline. And Goku Black further explains. They don't flat out say they're Zamasu, but they explain that they were both gods that hated mortals. Goku Black is from an alternate timeline and he ended up stealing Goku's body. Vegeta Black's from this timeline but took that body from the same timeline. So two gods from different timelines that act pretty much the same. And Vegeta sees they're talkative, so he decides to question. These two can't have anything to do with Zamasu, can they? And since they're monologuing right now, they confirm it. They didn't think these mortals would actually figure it out, but no point hiding it. They're dead anyways. And Vegeta says that's all he needed. Goku then teleports both of them to the nearest energy, which is Mai. They almost bring Trunks along, but he stays back. He's not actually going to defeat these two, but he could at least hold them off for now and help Goku and Vegeta escape. Plus, hearing that whole backstory kind of set him off, so he's a little bit angrier, giving some extra power to help him in the process, with his rage fueled even further by Goku Black and Vegeta Black taunting him. He temporarily powers up, but he eventually runs out of gas, and by the time he's done, Mai helps him out of there and lets him know that Goku and Vegeta escaped. They go to Beerus and confirm that it is Zamasu. So, Zamasu is destroyed in the present timeline, which means he never becomes Goku Black and he never recruits Vegeta Black, preventing that future from happening, but obviously not affecting Goku Black or Vegeta Black. Like usual, Vegeta goes in the time chamber, and because he doesn't need to learn the Mafuba, Goku decides to go in with him. They'll both go beyond their current limits and defeat those two for good. They leave the time chamber and return to the future. They have some extra Senzu beans this time too in case they need to heal. They encounter the two fakes again, but this time they fight differently. Goku decides to fight Vegeta Black, and Vegeta fights Goku Black. Goku and Vegeta have been rivals for a long time and use that to their advantage. In the time chamber they worked on that as well. So if any of these two try and use any of their moves, they'll know what to expect. But also, they're doing this for another reason. Goku Black knows everything about Goku, but not as much for Vegeta, and the inverse goes for Vegeta Black. Switching up opponents and changing up their fighting styles really helps here because Goku Black and Vegeta Black won't really know what to expect. But it's not just that. They of course have grown a lot stronger. But they don't showcase their full power right away. For the most part, they use Super Saiyan Blue against these two. But there are brief moments where they power up and their opponents notice it. Vegeta's blue hair turns darker, and as for Goku, he gains a red aura around him. Goku's gotten a much better grasp on Blue Kaioken, and as for Vegeta, he evolved Super Saiyan Blue. They already overpower Goku Black and Vegeta Black in blue alone. Wow, a lot of colors in that sentence. But then, by powering up even further, it lets them finish off the fight pretty quickly. But just as each of them are about to land their final blows, the two Zamasus activate their trump card, moving their earrings and beginning Potara feud. A brand new fighter enters the battlefield. Vegito Black. Vegeta Black also noticed something. During the fight, the two of them were going after their Potara earrings. It's like they knew to expect this. And yeah, Goku and Vegeta actually did expect this. They saw the Potara earrings as a potential problem, so they tried to take it for themselves. But Goku Black and Vegeta Black really try to protect them, because first of all, it lets them fuse, and second of all, lets them use the time ring. Although there's an issue for them here. Potara fusion doesn't completely refresh the people involved. Sure, it might actually heal some superficial injuries, but both in the anime and the manga, Goku and Vegeta use the Senzu Bean to fully power Vegito up. So that would mean Vegito Black isn't at full power here. It might heal some injuries, but it's not going to restore his ki completely. But it doesn't really matter right now because he goes Rosé, and he's completely above his three opponents. But again, Goku and Vegeta did plan for this. They almost did get their own Potara earrings, but they still don't realize that Potara fusion isn't permanent for them. They think it is going to be permanent. So, in the time chamber, they practice something else. Vegito Black goes to attack them, and quickly, Goku grabs onto Vegeta and teleports away. They only have one shot at this, and they need to get it right the first time. Vegeta's a bit embarrassed, but nobody besides Mai is watching. And besides, after all that time in the time chamber, he's kinda gotten over the embarrassment of the fusion dance, and that's exactly what they're using right now. Vegito Black tries to search around for their energy, but eventually finds one larger energy. There's a pillar of orange and blue light across the battlefield. Vegito then senses someone teleport behind him, and he's sent plummeting right into the ground. This is a new fusion for him, and the other one was called Vegito, so he might as well call himself something different. This is Gogeta, and thankfully he's at full health. Goku and Vegeta weren't sure how much this fusion would heal them, if at all. But Gogeta eats a Senzu Bean to make sure he's at 100%, and he can feel the power coursing through him. Instantly he goes into Super Saiyan Blue, but he knows he needs to make this fight quick. He thinks that Potara fusion is going to be permanent, but he knows for a fact that the fusion dance isn't permanent, so the sooner he ends this fight the better. If he doesn't kill Vegito Black right here and now, that'll be an issue because he can't do the fusion dance again right away. But they will still be fused. The two of them exchange blows and Gogeta is actually way ahead right now. Goku and Vegeta were individually stronger than Goku Black and Vegeta Black. Plus, Vegeta Black isn't at full power, Gogeta is. And this is pretty fun for Gogeta, a battle between fusions. Although it's probably not really a fair fight to see which fusion is better. But still, it's a once-in-a-lifetime chance to fight Vegito. They'll never be able to do this again. Vegito Black tries to use all the power at his disposal, utilizing his rage and even creating the Sickle of Sorrow, cutting through time and summoning clones of himself. Gogeta goes into Blue Evolution, fending them all off. He could tell Vegito Black's getting desperate, but now he's using weird abilities that he doesn't even know about. But Trunks notices something from the ground, Something's weird with VEGITO Black. The fusion actually isn't permanent. Well, not fully. Remember before I said they don't have the abilities of the Supreme Kai like normal? Well, it's a pretty similar case here. Their essence is that of Zamasu, so technically, yeah, they're a Supreme Kai, but neither of their bodies are that of a Supreme Kai. So the Potara earrings don't really know what to do here. Trunks notices that they're destabilizing. Something weird is going on with them. Think of what happened in the manga too. They're merged on a cellular level because they're both Zamasu, but the fusion is also having trouble maintaining itself. VEGITO Black is a walking contradiction. The Potara can't decide if these two are Kais, and therefore a permanent fusion, or if these two are just mortals. Their essences are merged together, but their bodies, not completely. VEGITO Black starts rapidly losing power, and it looks like his body's starting to separate. Gogeta is still fighting off the clones, but they're getting a lot weaker and less of them are being made. He looks over and sees what's happening with VEGITO Black. Someone launches up from the ground below. It's Trunks, powered up completely, trying to stab VEGITO Black and cut him in half. He stabs the sword through, but VEGITO Black then grabs it, knocking Trunks away and tossing the sword to the side. He's in immense pain and is losing a lot of power. Even he doesn't know what's happening. This is Gogeta's chance. Before Trunks' sword falls to the ground, Gogeta grabs it, making sure Trunks doesn't lose it. But he thanks Trunks, he's gonna borrow it for a second. He had the right idea trying to split the two. Gogeta starts channeling energy in the sword, with a swirl of rainbow colors surrounding it. This fight hasn't really been going on for long. But seeing those two destabilize so quickly makes Gogeta wonder if he's gonna destabilize soon. Of course, they're two different fusion methods, but the two actually learned from Goten and Trunks before that they destabilize Gotenks by using Super Saiyan 3. It could just be because of that form, or it could be because they actually ran out of power. Either way, Gogeta doesn't want to take the chance. He might not have the full 30 minutes, which is also why he didn't go full power right away, because he didn't want to accidentally defuse. He can't be completely sure how that'll affect his fusion. But now, he does need to use full power. He channels all his energy in Trunks' sword, with the glow getting even brighter. While in Blue Evolution, he powers up into Kaioken as well. He'll be way too fast for VEGITO Black to dodge. Within what looks like an instant, he darts across the battlefield, plunging the sword right into VEGITO Black. All the energy is sent right into his body, and Gogeta slices the sword upwards. Then slicing down again for good measure, cutting VEGITO Black completely in half. As all of Gogeta's energy is channeled through him, destroying him in the process with a powerful explosion too. Gogeta then diffuses midair. Blue Evolution Kaioken really took a lot out of him, but it looks like that finished it. Although both Goku and Vegeta are caught in the explosion, and the two of them are sent right down to the ground, with Trunks' sword landing right next to them. Goku gets up and looks around for their energy. He can't sense Goku Black, Vegeta Black, or VEGITO Black. They still have no clue of what happened with that fusion, but it looks like they played it pretty smart here by conserving their energy and not going full power right away. Trunks was able to help out too, and he gets his sword back. The future is finally safe. Gowasu and Shin then arrive not too long after, and they then learn of what happened with the Potara fusion. Gowasu isn't too sure because of how unique VEGITO Black's case is, and he can't say for certain if either of them were considered Kais. But at least Goku and Vegeta now know they could have used the Potara for themselves too. It's a good thing they practiced the fusion dance beforehand, because if they got it wrong, they would have been screwed. With the Potara, they can't screw it up. Although, they're happy with how it went down. Besides, they got a fusion versus fusion battle. With the two imposters now defeated and the future safe once again, we end off this What If mini here. What'd you guys think about this one? Be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps out the channel and shows me you want to see more like this. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.